All right, hey YouTube, Dave Mack here. This isn't my first drive on 10.69.3, but I've only driven a couple times yesterday, short drives and one mostly on the highway. So I have a few first impressions, but this is really kind of the first impressions video that I'm going to put out. It's nice to have all the new features to catch up with some of the new production features. The multi-routes is cool. The new energy page is awesome. I love that. So it's cool to have that, and I'm hoping that we, as we move on and get closer to wide release, or maybe even in the next point release, that we get not like, who knows how the numbering is going to go, but that we be on the same branch as production, so that as I was talking about on a space with Chuck Cook tonight, that I'll post in the comments below, that we basically, I think that's necessary. Chuck Cook thinks that's necessary for wide release, so that you can just toggle FSD beta on and off. So that discussion was earlier today. It was a really good one. Basically, Tesla Herbert hosted it, and we had a few people on that chat, including Chuck Cook, John from Tesla Silicon Valley, and Ash as well. So that's great. Seems to be a little bit more responsive. I'm still seeing on the highway some, maybe not at the beginning of the drive, but during the drive, that the nav data is not available. But I put in a route here, quickly was able to select waypoints. And another thing that seems better is, before, if you'd put a waypoint on a road that was on like a main road, it would always, or more often than not, put that waypoint on the side road nearby, and this time it actually seems to be doing better. So happy to see that. This will be a quick drive. I'll just start it now and keep talking. Although the wheel is going to the right, which is not what we want. Okay, so this might be something. It went all the way to the right. Never seen that before. Normally it pulls out nicely. I'll give it a second. I'm gonna be cautious so it doesn't go under the curb. But yeah, if I. Okay, so we are seeing, this is kind of a symptom, I think, of the 0.1 release. For example, a few of the things we've seen are some of the drives from Brandon, and a few people saying, oh, this is just doing horrible things, or the flashes on the screen. And then I had something last night, so now that I actually pulled out a little bit, it's going. Last night I went for a drive to one grocery store, came home, picked up something, left 10 minutes later, and the car would not engage FSD beta at all. It just said cruise control not available, and there's a new button that goes to the owner's manual. Okay, this is good. Car turning, another car, it's got to go now. It did go. Okay, good. So I got back in my car and would not engage FSD beta for the duration of the drive. I did not do a scroll wheel reset because I want to be a little bit cautious. There's been a few people in the last couple of releases that have done a reset and caused them to lose some features for a while, or some reboot their factory reset their system, which I did not want. So I went back into the store, came back 5 minutes later, and everything worked. So the car really didn't have time to do a full sleep. But that's kind of the thing that I think we're looking for in the dot or 3.0 release, that they fix those bugs. So it's not necessarily something that's going to make the driving a whole lot better or worse, but just fix those things that are causing kind of system errors, maybe unpredictabilities with the new codes, or the code, or the new neural nets that are coming into place. So let me take off this next waypoint so that we can continue. Although I'm curious, will it stop? Because that's what it's always done. So in these new releases, I'm always curious to see if something new happens. Before I take this waypoint out, it will probably try to stop here in the middle of the street, or no, it turned left. Okay, that's weird. So yeah, I'll take that out, and I will just know from now on to take out those waypoints before I get to them, including this one here. and then that'll be it for the rest of the drive. So what we're going to do here is an unprotected left that is a little bit more of the Chuck Cook style, unlike the last couple videos I did where a lot of people complained that it wasn't really a median, and people do stop there, but it's a very tight spot, and I will go back there, but this is going to be good because there's plenty of space in the middle. This is definitely a place that you're meant to stop, and we've got high speed traffic. I believe the speed limit is 50 miles an hour. People often go 70, and okay, that gap, it probably could have gone there, but I think most people would have also hesitated. So we have a long line of cars. Oop, move that out of the way. Move that down there. That's great that we have that. So, you know, I'm not sure. I'm looking. I have my foot over the brake, so I can't really. I'm not going to be looking at the screen here, but you can see, you know, all those cars are blue, which is great. Normally you see a few blue cars here and there, but they're all blue. So it's painting the median and the creep line. Buster Poindexter, my daughter. We were listening to that before I left the house. So, man, this is a good time. It's nighttime. It's 6:47 on a Thursday, so kind of rush hour traffic on this minor highway. Okay, after this car, it can go, but it's got to go right now. And it's starting to go. No, I did not hit the accelerator. Oh, it stopped. Okay, so we're not in the road. We still actually have, it's showing us at the creep line, but we actually have, well, there is a turning lane. But as you can see, the car's in front of me. Okay, go. It can go. Oh, perfect. Nice. Okay, stop. Oh my gosh. That's actually the first real Chuck style turn I've ever done, and it was great. Okay, we can go now. Nope. Okay, it's waiting. There's a curve, a slight crest of the hill behind us, so it can go, and it's waiting, and now it's going. So that was a little bit more, might have been tricked by that one car there that was in the other lane, but that's great. Now it's getting into the right hand lane. We're going to get off this next exit here, see one little scenario too, that see if there's improvements there or not, and then continue down. So okay, that was a lot real quick. This exit ramp, normally it gets way off to the right and then comes to the left, and this time it didn't. Okay, it's gonna have to, okay, no, that's not quite right. It's got to be in the left lane up here, I think. Oh no, that's weird. Oh, you know, that's because of my waypoint. So actually it did the right thing, because that's where the nav is telling it to go. If I had remembered or thought to take out that waypoint, then it would have gone left at that turn. So I guess even though I thought it was on the main road, that problem I was talking about is not necessarily fixed, where it puts the waypoint on the side road nearest and not the main road there. So I'm just going to reroute and see what happens. So far this has been a fairly jam-packed little ride as far as seeing things better or not. Now we are going too fast. It's 25 mile an hour speed limit. Technically, I think I have mine set at 13% over, which 28 miles an hour is too fast. I would love to see, and I'm excited, so I'm talking faster than I normally do, but I would love to see some kind of neighborhood setting where you can tell it not to go, okay, wait for this car, please, truck, there we go, where you can tell it, hey, in neighborhoods, residential areas, don't go faster than, for example, 20, or maybe the actual speed limit without the speed increase. Okay, this will be another new scenario. I don't think it's going to work, which is a circle, not a roundabout, but yep, unable to complete maneuver, please assist now. So I'm going to snapshot that, take over, and do the turn. These should be so easy. My only guess is that Tesla just hasn't, it's low-hanging fruit, but it's just not on their radar to fix at this point. Same thing with the U-turns. Now, I haven't tested those yet, but if I had to make a bet, I would say U-turns are not implemented in this release. Maybe I'll go check that out sometime later. Oh, nicely moved out of the way of those leaf piles. Speed limit went back up to 28, so I'm going to hit that down to 20, really 22. So the one thing I was hoping to see here, this left turn, how it deals with this intersection, because it needs to do like a immediate, really like not turn from, what would be that left turn lane into this left turn and get over there. That's if we were going straight. So I'll try that again. Maybe I'll try that on my way home from this drive. Okay, so this is kind of a merge onto that minor highway, but the speed limit is 50. My speed is 57. I am directly abeam another car, so we either have to slow down or speed up, and we're speeding up. Nope, it felt like we were speeding up. We didn't exceed 70, but that car did slow. Don't like that it didn't use a turn signal, but it was safe and not too bad. There was no jerkiness there. I've seen, even if we need to slow down, that it's just really hesitant when you have that car there, and that was good. Okay, I'm going to take over here because I think I am going to try that other turn. I probably don't have the time to do that right now, but I'm going to do that. So I'm driving manually because I don't have the proper destination set. Now, there in the last version, that when you selected a main road, you could double tap, and go between marked and unknown location. And now I don't think you can do that anymore, whether that was on purpose or not. But now it was showing just a GPS point with an unknown location. So I'm going to have to take out the next one, actually, because that was wrong. Nope, it moved it off. So what I'm going to have to do is tell it to go somewhere much farther, and just remember to take out the waypoint. This is where I wish the waypoints were better. They're not bad now for just multi-trip stops, but they're not good for beta testing. Alright, so it's calculating. I'm going to have to pull over again and change the route. Basically, routing is not as fast as it should be. I'm not sure if that's because I've already done a few interventions and it's uploading data. Yeah, that's really hard to tell. My guess is that the connectivity errors are due to just a massive use of data while driving. Some people think that it's a bug and that it's not related, and that it's not uploading data when we're driving, but I do not know. So I'm going to just start over. I'm just going to do this piecemeal instead of trying to do it all in one for the sake of time. So that's better. That's more like what I want. And what we're looking for is an unprotected left situation here that has a spot in the middle to stop. It is not really desirable to stop. To me, that's a place where you stop if you absolutely need to. But the best case scenario, especially now when there's a car here to the left, and no, I don't have my Insta360 on today, but preferably you wait to go until both sides are clear. Now, if the last turn was any indication, and the fact that there's tons of cars coming from both directions at night, this is really, really challenging. Just move the wheel a little bit and can't go. And the fact that it only has headlights to go off on, this is tough. I may not let it do it. So I want to be safe. There's cars turning left into the neighborhood in front of me. Unless it's clear, like that I would comfortably go, then I'm not going to let it go into the street. So my foot is hovering over the brake pedal. It's nicely waiting. I feel it like it's going to go, and then it's got a few more feet to creep, but it could have gone. Nope. Okay. So now we're a few feet from traffic. I will engage, but I don't. It can go now after this next car. Maybe. Nope. Next one. Okay. I accelerated because the car slowed down. Maybe that was a van. I felt like the car was waiting, but that's just challenging. I'm going to do that again in the daytime. I had no blinker, but it was nicely exiting, very smooth. Little hesitation there. Yep, still stopping. That's weird. And then, oh, that was this weird swerve right there. Nobody's around me, and I think that has to do because again the waypoint was there, and now it's continuing to try to get back to that waypoint. So it's like waypoint problem. So there's a few leaf piles on the road. I do have roads nearby that probably are covered with leaves, and I would like to go try that. Not tonight, maybe tomorrow, to see how FSD beta does. Last year did not work well with leaves, and I'm seeing some indications online that on Twitter that may not be doing so well with leaves with 10.69.3. But so far, all I've seen is like those leaf piles on the side of the street. Well, I don't know what's going on with the nav, because it looked like there was, that might have been the alternate route, which I'm not used to seeing, which it was. So that's nice, because if you know, like, this turn is too hard on your normal commute, you could just select the other route I'm new. That's new to me on this branch, so I'm not sure if it only shows the alternate routes when you just do the first routing, but I think that looked like it was later on. So please put it in the comments if you've ever seen a way to pick an alternate route during the drive. Okay. Again, I'm going to be very careful here because at nighttime and all this traffic, I don't really trust it. This is probably the harder scenario than last time because there is no viz. I'll do this again with the Insta360, and we have traffic waiting to turn left. So, you know, really difficult. There's that routing with no traffic data. So what's going to happen is, just like, you know, if there is a gap, this truck's going to go out in front of me, and they're going to turn, and it is there kind of right away, but now that car's back there, and so either he's going to wait for me to go, or he's going to be less patient and go up ahead. So looks like after this school bus that's coming, we might be able to go, and might be clear on both sides, but it's really hard on the right because you have, yeah, okay, we're clear on the right. We can go. Now we're not clear on the right. That's why this is really tough. Oh, that car just made a U-turn because they were sick of waiting, and then the truck honked, and now we started to go, and then we didn't. It's almost like it's gonna pose. Man, this is a turn that I would avoid if I was doing it regularly, but we're clear both directions after this car. So it's gonna go, it's still clear on the right, and it just nicely went. So I'm glad that it can wait and do it properly. We'll have to check that again as to whether or not it can. Oh, what is that? A weird alarm. Okay, well, I'm going to go here and make a quick stop, and then we will go try a little bit more. Stopping, and can go because they have green light. Okay, I'm going to disengage. And like I said, we will be back in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm not getting multiple routes, which it should give me two different ones. I'm going to try it one more time. It is taking a long time to calculate the route, and if I had to guess, it's uploading data, and this might be what happened last night, where, and as we saw today, it took longer to calculate the routes too after I had stopped driving. But last night when I left here, it would not let me engage FSD beta. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to put a waypoint over here so that we go this way. It's probably going to not let me do it on this road like I want to. Maybe if I zoom in far enough it will, to get it like exactly on the road. And then I did try to engage, but right before I turned on the camera, FSD beta in the parking lot, and it gave me that same error. I don't know if it showed all the visualization yet that it is now, so hopefully that is the case, but let's see what happens. Yep. So auto steer temporarily unavailable, but the same thing happened on my when I first started this video, so we will give it. Okay, now it works. So whatever the bug is that happened yesterday, that is different, and hopefully if that's a bug, they fix that in the next version. If I had to guess, I would say this rollout. Okay, way over to the right. Now that actually is good to properly. Oh, didn't stop. Okay, report that. We're in a parking lot, but you got to stop at stop signs. Can't say I've quite seen that too much before. Oh, and we are. I forgot that we are going left here because I want to try that one intersection, but can't say I've seen that before. And as I was saying before that happened, see, that's a really nice affirmative pulling out, turn, getting into the left lane. I do feel like this version is maybe a lot better, but it's just still making mistakes. That's to be expected. So there's two things. Is talk about it being a step change? Is that in the code, or is that in the driver experience and step towards robotaxi? It's probably more code based than experience from what I've seen, because we all want the next release to come out and just be like, oh my gosh, it's magic, they just solved it. And I think the time is just being compressed, but it's not going to happen from one release to another. So let's see here. Yeah, what I was saying was, I think that this release stopped with for a couple hundred people, maybe first batch, and then maybe it'll take a couple days and get out 10.69.3.1. Whether or not that goes to a wider beta release, we will see. In the past couple, that's gone out in 0.2 or 0.3, and then hopefully onto wide release by the end of the year. I think Elon still said December, so we will see if that happens or not. I think I got a lot of stuff in this short time, and sometimes I don't record because I don't just want to put out tons of videos, right? I want to make them interesting, and even if I'm driving, recording all the time and make like clip videos, I feel like people are going to say, especially when these releases come out at the beginning, oh, the car's doing really bad things, and you're just editing all of that out. And so you're hearing on Twitter right now that this release is horrible for some people, and I think you can see for me, while it has made a couple mistakes, it generally feels better. It's doing things good, and I'm not seeing much of a downgrade at all from previous versions. Just some mistakes here or there, but it's not like driving off the road or towards cars or anything like that. And I think problems with a few handful of people, or a handful of people, is to be expected in the first release of a major code change. So we're almost at the end. The only other thing that I want to see before we're done is how it handles this exit. And what it's going to have to do is, and what it used to do, was get way to the right of this two-lane exit and then swerve back to the left. Let's see if it does the same thing. And it got... Okay, so that's better. It's still kind of stuck to the right until it opened up, but that was definitely an improvement from what I've seen. Maybe not perfect, but definite improvement. Now the next thing is when this light turns green, we're turning into two lanes, but the left lane is a left turn only lane, and it's very short before the next light. So what a human driver would do would be smoothly to get over into the right lane, and let's see what happens. It did it. Oh my gosh. No, that's happened a handful of times in the past, but never consistently. So I'm going to have to try that again. But to see that on the first attempt on a new version of beta gives me a lot of hope that they finally fixed that. So that's going to be all for tonight. That's, like I said, I can't say it's my first impression. Oh, wait. Okay, perfect. It is the wheel is turned to the left a little bit, which we thought has gone away. But for a kind of first impression of all of those scenarios, I would say I'm happy that that we are getting improvements, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So please subscribe and like to see future videos. I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I really enjoy interacting with you guys and answering questions and stuff like that. So until next time.